So this year has gotten off to a little bit of a slow start in these recordings. Um, but as we speak, I'm passing kidney stones or something. Get in touch with your feminine side. Be doing something excruciating and yet be graceful, I suppose. As graceful as I can be. So it's been a bit of a while, and yesterday I got to talk with someone about burnout and corporate burnout, and how in the middle of the night, waking up with those racing thoughts and things for work that you don't want to miss out, you've got to do, and all these thoughts and all these thoughts. And something that, people will give advice on the burnout, will give advice like one good one that I want to repeat is rest is not the same as restoration. Rest and restoration are two different things. Now, it's true you can get rest and restoration together, but not every time you rest do you restore. And not every time that you're restoring are you resting. That's a very helpful one, and I wanted to repeat that one and then get into two other things about burnout. When you rest, which your body needs it, especially if you're running around doing all these things and you just feel tired physically, sometimes tired physically and mentally, but when you rest and you lay down for a moment, you give your body a break. Maybe you don't exactly want to go to sleep as a woman, but you want to get in that tub and just rest. For those that like the bathtubs, they might just decide after work, I'm not going to sleep, but I'm going to maybe have a glass of wine and have my bathtub with my little table, and just rest. For men, sometimes it's, I just want to rest for a moment. Just lay here, play some video games. Maybe rest, lay here and read something. Read a book. Just lay here, close my eyes. Just rest. Just sit here. Or just lay down. I just want to lay down. I have a friend that goes into the jacuzzi, and that's his rest before his sleep. That's almost like the wind down, but it's resting. And there are many other ways that you can rest. Rest on a hammock, rest, just sit down and watch the world go by for a little bit. As your kid plays, you rest. And then there's things that restore you. Now, a good night's sleep, of course, if you go into that REM sleep and you get that mental wash, that releasing all the toxins and other things are going on in your body, but you are getting that restoration because of that. You're resting and your body's making sure that things are put back in as much balance as your body can, right? That's a whole other neurological and all that medical explanation, but your body does restore, in that nice deep sleep. But let's say you're not getting that nice deep sleep. Let's say you're waking up in the middle of the night. You're never really getting to a nice deep sleep. You're tossing and turning. Or let's say 3 out of the 5 nights of the week nights, you just haven't slept well. And so you're not only not resting, but you're also not restoring. And now, there comes a time when your body just does crash. Now, either your immune system is going to drop or other things are going to happen, and it's going to show it in some way, shape, or form. You're going to have more anxiety, or maybe you'll have less patience, etc., etc. That's okay. I mean, you see the signs, you know the signs, all right. Now, restoration is something that if we do it in the waking, restores us. Exactly what the word says, restore. It, spiritually speaking, or however you, trendy word speaking, however, it brings you back to balance. I call it brings you back to the mountain. Like in Chi. I liked that one. And it could be playing tennis. It could be an activity. It could be going to the golf course, because as I tell gentlemen and women who play golf, it's your meditation. Your mind is full on into it. It can be shooting hoops, full on into it. It could be just taking the gym is great, because even though you are pushing your body and you're physically, it can also provide that restoration, that alone time, that time with yourself, your body. Your mind is focusing on what you're lifting. You've got to. You can't just run around aimlessly and try to lift anything. That can be restoring. For a woman, it could be restoring to have someone massage her feet, do her pedicure. It could be restoring just to go by yourself. And sometimes people don't like to go places by themselves. And I find that, I don't know what I would do, but I get it. I totally get it. But then in that case, doing things at home that restore you. Crafts, music, finding. And then sometimes people say, well, I don't know. Well, explore. There's so much on YouTube. Try cooking something new. Try a new yoga thing. And you might find that what also gives you restoration is that trying something new. It restores you and gives you a little bit of new, and you have your things that you do all the time. So it adds new and old and brings you back to center. Sometimes reading a book, reading something like poetry, or reading something like an adventure story, or reading something politics, economics, even though it's like going to make you think, it also restores you, because you got time to do something that you like, or to read about something that you like, that fires you up. So it lights up that fire again, restores you. That fire shouldn't be a dangerous fire, but there should be that fire of desire, of I want to get up, and if you're overwhelmed, you don't have that. So you might have a lot of things going on, but that fire is going down because you're getting overwhelmed and you're getting tired. Restoring is anything that brings smiles back to your face. Your children can restore you. Spending time playing at Barbies or at Baby Einstein or whatever, new toys are out today, playing with your child can be restoring. Going to the park with your child and laying on the grass and watching the clouds go by and naming the different clouds can be restoring. It re-nurtures you. And it's something that nurtures you. It's something that brings that breath back to center, lights up that inner kindling, and you have that restoration. And now, okay, now I'm ready to go back to work. Now I'm ready to, So very important to begin to define for yourself, what is restoring to you. It could be a hike. It could be going to a float tank. Um, those are, I think I've described those before. It's just really good therapies to do: a float tank, a salt bath, the cryo, the ice baths, all those things. There's actually something that I do where the place is called restoration, and it has another name to it. But it's about restoring. So it's about different therapies, red light therapy, different things that are restoring the body, but also for giving you that restoration of being active in that nurturing and stuff, or allowing something to nurture you, allowing something to feed you, to restore you. It's two different feelings, but when you get rest and restoration, rest and a good night's sleep, and you get that, yeah, it's amazing. So if you get to do both, and you don't have to do them again at the same time, so make sure you get your rest, make sure you get things, because a lot of times people will rest, they won't have amazing peaceful sleeps for 2-3 weeks. They get the sleep they can, they go to work. Get the sleep they can, they go to work. Get the sleep they can, they go to work. And they're never restoring. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was, after a hard week, instead of going over and over and over the hard week, you did it. You did it. Celebrating that and we don't celebrate ourselves. Because if you celebrate yourself, well, then people will tell you that you're cocky or this or that. I think now we're a little bit better on that. But celebrate yourself. Give yourself that glass of wine, or give yourself, smoke that weed, or give yourself that extra day of golf, or reward yourself, or buy yourself something, maybe $10, $15. Reward yourself. Pay yourself. They say after you pay all your bills, before you pay all your bills or whatever, put a little bit into your own business and different things, but pay yourself, yes, with something that you like. For people that are afraid, well, I do that with comfort food and with food or whatever, we'll find something else, because always keep it healthy, keep it healthy. Because in rewarding yourself, you don't want to take down something else. So, but give yourself the tickets to the show, maybe say, okay, well, not this week, but this month, I'm going to celebrate myself by taking myself out here. Reward yourself, or simply sit, just like you sit talking over and over and over about the hard week, sit and talk over and over and over about how the good things, the things that helped you get through that week, and take that into the next week. The last thing was to journal. Always journaling ideas. In celebrating yourself, you could journal about those things, the good things weekly journal, or maybe the things that you learned, or listening to that inner chatter. Why aren't you getting restoration? Or as you go and see, well, today I tried trying all the different things, and what you found restores you the most. I went to this class, but it wasn't really, I tried a new class at the gym, or I tried a new workout, and it wasn't really, as restoring as I thought, but I tried it. Always study yourself just like others study you. Much love. And that was it for now on that, but it was just something that I wanted to share from a conversation that I had with someone about corporate burnout and just helping them. And I'm going to continue helping them with some breathing, some breath work, and things like that for anxiety. And of course, I'm going to be passing that on here. Much love, and thank you.